Hey everyone, my name's Scottie and thanks for joining me. Today I'll be showing you how I've sketched this portrait of a girl step by step. I'm using a Conti pencil 3B. It's a nice and soft black pencil, and I've got an A3 sketch pad cartridge paper. So we'll start with some really light construction lines. So I'll start with the top of the head. I'm almost just using the weight of the pencil and trying not to press too hard. And I'm getting the angles of the line of the hair. So the bottom of the fringe is about there. It's almost halfway between the top of the head and the chin. Okay. So I've got the portrait actually set up in front of me on my laptop. And I just look up quickly and just see where the angles are of the face. So just got to get all these right before you start drawing the rest of the sketch. So the chin line is in line with that collar of the t-shirt, of the shirt. Okay, probably the hair comes out a bit further, but I'll work that out a bit later. And the hair comes down there. Okay, now we'll do the structure of the face. So halfway between the top of the head and the chin, I like to put the eyebrows in like that. Okay, and then we can easily see where the top of the eyelid is. And now skip down to the nose, and that's halfway between the eyebrows and the bottom of the chin. It's about there. And then the lips, a little bit closer to the nose, but nearly halfway. Not supposed to be drawing any detail, but sometimes it helps. Okay. So it's important that I spend a bit more time in this section getting the construction right. I'm just thinking I might need to bring that eye a bit closer. Okay. It's about there somewhere. So sometimes if you're not quite sure, you can shade in where the iris is, just really lightly, and then as you draw, you can draw the side of the iris a bit more firmer later. Okay, so now I've got the structure of the face. I've already started putting some of the details in, but now I'm going to press a little bit harder using the side of the pencil and just some of the main shapes still. Come in there for that part of the hair. So I've got that light colour hair there and then a bit of a sweep of dark colour. Trying to keep it loose. On the shoulder. Can't really see where it connects, but I'm trying to line it up to the collar. Okay. So as I get the main features sorted out, I feel a bit more confident to draw a bit harder, to sketch a bit harder. Okay. Now. Okay, well, I'm just deciding how I do this. So I think I'll do a light shade from the top, about 45 degrees. And then let's work our way down. This is so you don't have to draw all the hair. And because the shirt is a lot darker than the hair, I'm going to do it about to a mid shade. Sometimes I do it really dark at the bottom of the hair because the hair is so dark, but because this is a brown rather than a black, with the lighting. Okay. Okay. Now let's see how we go if we do this darker here. Okay, so I lost some of my lines, but I don't mind. Let's just go in, because I haven't done them 100%. As dark as I can go over a bit. And add the detail. Okay, I need to sharpen my pencil. And just give it a bit of a rub there. Okay. So there's a dark section of the hair there, and also quite dark here. And I'm slightly spinning the pencil as well so that I keep that edge. It doesn't get flat completely on one side. I find sometimes the most dynamic part of the sketch is this bottom section, so I like to let it fade out like that. It suggests that it keeps going, your portrait, but you haven't quite, you don't have to draw all of it. Okay, we can work in some more if it needs it later there. Okay, so now that we've done the main shapes, I will go in to do a bit more of the detail here. And I've been doing a lot of shading, so the point is quite sharp, even though it's at a shallow angle. It's quite sharp there for the eyebrows. Go in there. Okay. The top of the eyelids are really important to get right, because the person who's looking at the picture will automatically see the eyelids if they're not exactly like a mirror image. I'm standing up here, by the way, as well, at the kitchen bench. So if you want to get a bit of a zoom out, you can stand back a bit, which helps. But if you're sitting down, sometimes it's hard to see what mistakes you're making. So now I'm putting in the pupils, and I tend to, there's always a little glint in the top corner. If you can see, the top left hand corner of the pupils have got to have a little highlight there. So if you draw the full circle of the pupil but just leave the top section just broken, it sometimes gives that hint that there's a glint there. For smudges, I have this kneadable rubber. Right. Bit more of a sharpen. It's a subtle little shadow underneath the eye there. There's usually always shadow at the top of the eye. There's not much shadow on this face because the light's coming straight on, so it's a bit more challenging to make it look special. Okay. Okay, so I have to match that. Cover that up a bit because in the photo there's a bit of hair covering that. I think that needs to be stronger, and then coming down across the eyelid. Okay. So I'm going to define the chin a bit more now. Alright. When I'm doing the details, I like to do the eyes obviously darker, and then the two holes for the nose, the nostril holes, a little bit darker, and the split between the mouth a bit darker. Okay. Shadow underneath the lip. And the top lip usually has more shadow than the bottom lip. add a few lines there. Now, I want to put a bit of shading on the face, but it's not too much, so it's a bit risky because I don't want to make it look too dark there. So I'm just really lightly see what I can do there. There's a really subtle shadow coming up here and down the other side, and I'll try and change direction this way. Oops. Just slightly more of a negative sort of eyebrow, so a bit more of a frown. So only very subtle, but make it the eyebrow a bit closer to the eyeball. So you can see I spend, some of the sections I only spend a little bit of time on, but it makes the whole sketch, I think, look a bit more dynamic, and then you can spend a bit longer on the features. There goes a bit of pencil. I'm just about finished, but now I'm going to do just a little bit more work on the iris. A bit of shadow inside the eye. Okay, so yeah, that's it.